Good day, everybody. Welcome to I'm the Data Podcast. Your host, Nathaniel Evans, Jeannie Muhammad, focus on leadership and happiness. A weird combination, but I believe it works. You know, uh, so today we have a great topic for everybody in mind. The desire to know. We're going to expound on that and see what it looks like for all of us. So, like I said, I'll focus on leadership, development, awareness, inner development, what I like to say. And Jeannie will take it from here while I do my little thing on the side.
I am Jeannie Muhammad, your global happiness expert. Welcome to I Am the Data. As Nathaniel said, we do focus on leadership and happiness, and it is quite a combination because I truly believe to be a great leader, you should be happy with what you are doing. You should be happy with what you are producing, and it is an inside job. As a happiness expert, I focus on the women, men, people that have challenges in their lives, and they have allowed those challenges to become who they are and what they are. So, what I do, I strive to empower and inspire us to know that we do have a power within us, that we can face all of our challenges, overcome our challenges, and grow into the great leaders. And it starts with self, being a leader of self, and then expanding to your family, your community, and to humanity. So I believe that once we discover that power and once we utilize that power, we will become the great leaders that we are destined to be.
Mhm.
Today, our subject is the desire to know.
So what that
And it's,
mean, Jeannie? Because what does that mean? Like, what is that?
well, I'm going to tell you what it means to me because most of my life that I can, what I can remember, as far back as I can remember, I have always just wanted to know.
Mm.
And it didn't matter what it was. I just wanted to know. It could be have been the ingredients on the back of the cornflake box. I wanted to know what's in this box. I wanted to know it. I had a desire to know why I am who I am, why I have been allowed to go through the things that I have gone through. I have
Mm.
just wanted to know. And anyone that uh, I have had the pleasure of having into my life for any number of years will know that one of the things I cannot stand is for someone to start to tell me something and then
Mm.
not finish it because I want
Oh,
to know. I
yeah.
want to know what you were about to say. I want to know what you're thinking as far as a particular subject is concerned, whether we agree on that topic or not. I just want to know what your
Mm.
thoughts are. I want to know, if you are in agreement with me. That's okay if you don't, but if you agree with me, I'm going to say, what is it about what I just said that you agree on? I want to know. I want to know myself, and that is the was the greatest adventure that I have gone on in my life is getting to know myself, getting to know who I am, and knowing that I am a powerful individual, knowing that I have this power within, as I said. So yes, I have this great desire to know.
Yeah, and you definitely like hit it right on the head. It's kind of like he's in the room when I was writing it out, right? 'Cause
I'm glad I tickle you.
No, that was an awesome synopsis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do it better myself. Right? That was awesome. Right? you know, you know, um, and that's probably one of the things too, when you actually looking at desire to know, is that frequency that's actually in those spaces that you're looking for, or connected to certain people that you want to connect with. They also have to have the desire to know, or space that you go in also has to have the desire to know, in order for you to actually, once you know this information, for you could be in a knowing atmosphere, for, you know what I'm saying, you could be in a knowing sphere, right? You want to be in this space where you knowingly could just flow through it and
Mhm.
actually connect to what that purpose may be, right? So the desire to know is actually, is your journey, the inner journey that's actually assisting you on your outer journey to get where you have to go. You have a desire to know about ants. You're going to go and do everything pertaining to ants. You're going to go to different seminars. You're going to look at documentaries. You're even going to go out there in the forest and actually analyze how the ants function and live their lives, and how they cater to the queen and things of that nature. And many times over, you're going to probably be baffled by the ant, even though you felt you were superior to the ant, until you actually went into the ant kingdom and said, whoa, these guys do some amazing things down here. If I ever come back in the afterlife, I'm going to be an ant, right? So it's like, I mean, that's like going all in with the desire to know, but I'm like, it's, it's actually following that course, but following that course, and I have to say this, in a beautiful, humble spirit, right? It's following that course where you're just lit up. You light up the room, you light up your spirit. You channel and rechannel energy. Saying to you for one purpose and one purpose only, for you to have more energy to do the work that you need to do, because you have the desire to know. And everything you're doing is caught up in this energy source of your desire to know. And it's
Yes.
pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. I know I got Jeannie excited. Let me see what you got to say. Yeah.
Because every day you wake up, and when you know that life, there are so many adventures in life. There are so many people left to meet.
Yeah.
There are so many people left, and there's so much more to know about yourself, and to know that you're on this journey, a never ending journey, because
Mm.
know is the root word for knowledge. And when
Yeah.
you are in a search for knowledge and you want to know, I mean, I'd love to listen to programs that are taking us out of the lies that we have been taught about so much in this world. And now people are starting to wake up and see. They're trying to make saying woke is a bad word. And I
Mhm.
like to even explore that as far as knowing why woke is now being
And I
trying to be portrayed as
and I
such a. Go ahead, Nathaniel. I'm making you excited. Go
yeah,
ahead.
because I can see the logic. I can see the logic, and I see them actually coming at the word woke, right? And they should actually come at a lot of these other subcultures that's actually been spurring out of nowhere, pertaining to a certain concept or a certain name, right? So now you got this woke population of people that moves with a certain sense of superiority, right? And that sense of superiority, even though it's required and needed in the world, it's also a threat to those that have not tapped into that type of level of superiority, or that type
But
of
you
level
know
of
what?
thinking
But
and
Nathaniel
understanding.
also, but to um be awake, to me, to be awake,
Yeah, I mean, it's a
truly
great
be
point.
now. Now listen to what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
To truly be awake gives you a window into humility. If you are truly awake to humanity, it does not give you what you were saying, that superiority. See, to me, that person that says they're woke and they feel superior to any other human being, they're not woke. They're not awake.
Yeah, I mean the fact
They're just using a word. It's become like a word to use that does not mean exactly. You know, you're just, it's like a
yeah,
person that wears locks, and they just wear the lock for the style, but they don't understand the concept of what locks really mean. But now you're in style because you have locks, but your mind is not locked into the reality of the truth of who you are. So go ahead. I'm sorry. You're getting me excited now. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean that's what it's supposed to be. But this is the thing: is that we're looking at this right, and we actually putting this concept basically what you're saying woke under the microscope, right? And when you're looking at the word woke or even the word like intellectual, right? You got to really see that you don't know if you're intellectual. You don't know if you woke until people say certain things to you, like, man, you figured that problem out really easily. Took me so long to get to this equation, but for you it was just so easy. This guy's an intellectual. This woman's an intellectual, right?
But is that
When you
truly intellect? Is
no,
that
but
intellect?
I'm saying that a lot of these phrases and concepts come a lot of times from outside influences, from external aspects, right? And a lot of times they don't come from the person. A lot of times when you look at woke and somebody actually describe woke, they will actually talk about a lot of tangible things that actually describe them actually being woke. They might describe a religion, you know what I mean? They might describe how many times they prayed, you know what I'm saying? They might describe what kind of food or what kind of things they drink, you know what I'm saying? They might describe, taking long walks down a block, or, you know what I'm saying? Or always in a prayer in a space of supplication, stuff like that, right? But being woke, like you said, it's all about humility to the point where even when you woke, this is how deep humility is for this population of people that speaks of this. Even when you're woke, you're so humble that you don't even know you're woke, right? You're not out here trying to actually cater to certain labels or certain concepts or even be defined by others, you know what I'm saying, or placed on certain type of plateaus, right? As you always say, gratitude. Being woke is about gratitude. We live in a world that's chaotic, that's mayhem going all over the place. They got economical wars, they got physical wars going all over the world. And you, out of a bunch of chosen people, become woke. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. So now that you have become woke, right? You should have a desire to know how to use this wokeness to wake others, how to use what you have to increase others, right? And to be in a space, you know what I'm saying, that brings forth life because you say you're woke. So you're woke about life, right? I'm saying you're woke about the inner spirit and the so-called direction of man, right? You're woke about all these different things. Without the application of these things, like Peter, Paul, Matthews, and the other apostles, like Muhammad and things like that, how do you determine that you're woke, right? Without bringing forth that change of being woke. You being woke is not you chastising me. It's not you actually going into the scriptures and saying a concept to me and then breaking it down to me and then using a parable and linking it to another thing. That doesn't allow you to be woke. That doesn't make you woke. That means that you know the scriptures. You go into the Quran and you show me some passages in the Quran, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you woke. That means you know what that passage is in the Quran. It might have took you 6 years to figure out what that one passage is.
And you know what, Nathaniel, see, a lot of us have a working knowledge of something, I know how to add 2 and 2 is 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Does
It's not
that make
three.
me intelligent? I know
Yeah.
a lot of
'Cause I
people.
thought it was three. So you super intelligent.
Wait a minute. Well, that's what we've been taught.
See,
Okay.
I got the
But
desire to know.
okay, so what I'm saying is I know a lot of people that didn't go past the 3rd grade are more intelligent than people that have PhDs. And they would say
I,
they're intelligent because they have letters after their names. But see, it goes much deeper than that. Like you said, with being woke, it goes so much deeper than just saying, I'm woke. Okay, you
yeah.
woke, but I'm gonna look at your actions. Does your
Oh, that's
actions
right.
say?
Because okay, so Buddha, let's say Buddha was woke, right? Buddha had the desire to know, right? This is Buddha legacy. He had the desire to know what was on the opposite side of his father rulership as a king. He wanted to see the reverse angle of it because people was worshiping him, catering to his every need. Every word that he said was a word of God. And he was like, yo, man, I don't want to be involved with this. I don't want to be involved with this. Let me detach myself from these things and let me lock myself into an inner purpose, you know what I'm saying, to serve men. Instead of man serving me as a king, I'm going to serve men. And he was woke. But his wokeness, what does it mean? What does it mean? When I walk past his lineage, when I walk past the nation of people that he actually was connected to, that he actually woke up, as they say, these people don't walk up to me and hug me and kiss me and say, Buddha bless you. They don't say, you know what I mean? You're going to elevate. You are a son of the Most High. You're a son of Buddha, whatever concept you want to use, right? So Buddha coming from that angle and being woke, right, didn't get them the level of humility and gratitude that they needed from him. He was a testament of humility, of gratitude, of love, of self-care, right? This is what he presented to their kingdom and to their part of the world in the time frame that he was alive. He's no longer alive. He's been immortalized for many, many years after his death, right? But the one thing that has not been immortalized was his desire to know and what he have knew and
And
what he brought forth into the land.
you know, Nathaniel, this is the one thing that a lot of uh us will do. And I say us because I'm just including me
Yeah,
in
me too.
it, because
Me too.
this is what we will do. We would take and I will use Prophet Muhammad as an example. We would take Prophet Muhammad and nitpick certain things that he taught if it fits into what we want, if it fits into our agenda. But we don't take the whole of what he taught and embrace that. And it's the same with Buddha. It's the same with Jesus. It's the same with we don't
Everywhere.
we
It's
take.
religions in the world that you and I have never even heard about. There are cultures in the world that's actually being developed and have been underdeveloped for centuries that you and I haven't even been able to peek at with the corner of our eyes, right? This humanity is so vast, right? It's so full of goals and purposes and visions and desire to know what you want to do in this life, right? As Jeannie said, yeah, we got all these different theologies that's in the world, right? They all out here. But all the people that's in these spaces, did they come into spaces with the desire to know? Because if they go into space with the desire to know, they need to know, they want to know all things. They want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right?
And you know, right. And you know what happens a lot of times, Nathaniel. See, even okay, I'll take the Bible now as an example. Uh Sometimes people will go to church on Sundays. They will let the minister give them a passage out of the Bible. They will read that passage accept his interpretation of that passage and go on out and never pick up the Bible for themselves to learn and know for self. See, that's the one thing. You can take what somebody else say. They can say it all day long, but until you start to research and investigate things for yourself so that you have a root knowledge of what is being taught to you, then you are a blind follower, and the leader that accepts a blind follower is not truly a leader.
Now that's a whole other topic, and you're gonna probably have to put that one on the map and make a show behind that one, and just to stress what Jeannie was saying, always have the desire to know when you're in a space, when you're in a room, when you're around a group of people, right? When certain concepts are being introduced and you don't know what they are, ask a person what they are.
That's
Pull up
right.
your iPhone and Google it and see what that concept is, right? Look at certain locations that may inspire you to continue on your journey. Look at different stories, right? I read a book called Tuesdays with Murray, when when a young man just wanted to know about life, and he interviewed his professor on his deathbed and basically was able to get some understanding about what life entailed according to this man that was dying, right? He had the desire to know, and he actually went and actually created that desire. He actually created a book and sent that book out to the world because other people also had the desire to know about that same topic. Life and death is fantasized in this world, right? We glorify life and death. It's something that inspires us because it's a part of our everyday lives all day, every day, and we can't shake it, right?
That's right.
So our desire to know, right, gives us a new purpose in this locked in, space of life that we have, right? It
Yes.
allows us to venture outside of it, to do more with it than allow it to actually just remain dormant and allow it to actually just wither away into nothingness, you know what I'm saying? And disappear as if it never exists. Our desire to know is who we are, is our heart, our spirit, our mind, you know what I mean? Our voice. It's that, what give me chills out my body type of energy. It actually happened to me right now. But I want you to understand that it's the chills. You know what I mean? It's a vibration that's hitting you, and you like, all I want to do is dance, but I'm around 1,000 people, and this is not the space to be dancing right now. You know what I mean? So, let me just calm down and be speaking a low toning voice because I'm major excited. I just learned something that just took me over the top, and I don't even know what to do with it. Right?
That is that excitement of life, knowing that there is so much in life that we have not even tapped into, knowing that there is so much more about life to learn. And that's why, if there is a leader, see, this show is about leadership and happiness. Leadership. If you have a leader, I'm saying this to everyone under the sound of my voice. If you have a leader that does not encourage you to go out and seek knowledge for yourself, then you don't have the right leader. If you have a leader that is in front of you and you ask a question and they say, just accept what I say, don't ask questions, just accept what I say, and go with that. And if you have that kind of leader, you need to start looking for another leader. You need to look for a leader that encourages you to gain knowledge, because the only way you will ever come into the fruition of who you were created to be is to gain the knowledge that you need to know in order to be that.
And I also, something that actually came to me about this concept, which is actually interesting, Jeannie, was that the phrase that came to me, I'm gonna just share it, and I'm always here for the debate, and we can always, look at this in a different time space. If you have a leader that you cannot lead as well as he lead you, there is no leadership.
I agree. If you have a leader that thinks that they know it all and you don't know anything, that you can help to elevate them, I totally agree
There is
with
no space for
you.
leadership. There's no space for leadership.
If you, that's why a good leader is a good follower.
Yeah, so as many times, they speak about Napoleon, right? The great warrior, for the U.S. Army. And I'm pretty sure many times in his leadership, other men have said things to him that have actually crafted his leadership for him to actually become this Napoleon. I'm pretty sure other men said, duck, run, right? And he listened and he survived because he ducked and he ran, according to the instructions. What do you mean to tell me to duck and to run and then you get shot, right?
and because you know what, Nathaniel, a great leader, they're going to surround themselves with people that can say duck
and run.
They're
and they would trust that factor.
They're going to surround themselves. Yes.
Right.
A great leader is going to surround themselves with people that know more than they know in certain areas, because you cannot know everything.
Knowledge, wisdom, visions, goals, purposes, they disperse into the world, man. They're gifts. They're gifts to us.
Yes.
They're given to us freely to wallow in them, man, to dive in them, you know what I mean? To play with them, man, you know what I mean? And throw balls at one another and laugh and to giggle. It's a part of who you are to want to know who you are or what inspires you or what encourages you to wake up in the morning, what encourages you to step a foot out the bed, what inspires you to take a shower and brush your teeth. You ain't got to do none of those things. You can just be like, you know what, I ain't involved with none of that stuff. I'm just gonna lay here, right? What's moving you, and what's moving you is you. There is no secret potion. There is no magic trick. There is no guru that's going to come out of space for you, you know what I'm saying, and define the elements of your life, right? Jeannie and I, we're here, and we're just tapping away. We're just tapping away, right? And we're tapping away because we want you to tap away at us too.
That's right.
That's right. Challenge me. Challenge me. And to give you information, right? We're here for you to challenge us and to give us information. We're in this together. We're in this together. And we want to learn from our audience. We want to learn from one another. We need you to continue to do this work, right? And we want you to be a part of us, for we can continue to do this work, because we have a desire to know what this show would do in this world, what it would do, you know what I'm saying, and the lives of others.
We want to elevate together.
How would this show change, you know what I'm saying, the infrastructure of our lives and also the lives of others, right? Who can we bring on our teams later on into the future to help this thing expound, right? What other people that have a desire to know about this industry that we know that we can actually help, you know what I'm saying, produce? People ask me all the time, how do I create a podcast, Nathaniel? Just call me. I'm here, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this is, it's about, it's about learning from each other, supporting each other, and this is our humble beginnings, right? And we're so ecstatic to come here every single week, right?
Yes.
And give a part of us, give a part of what we saw in the world, share a little bit of stories here and there, right? We have a desire, you know what I'm saying, to know how to connect with others, why we should connect with others. You know what I'm saying? And the purpose of connecting with others. This is our desire. We had the desire since before we even knew that we had the desire, but this is the desire that we have, and now we have the desire. We have a right to know about this and to explore it and to play games with it and to fail in it and to fail it again and to fail it again and then get up again and get up again. Because this is my desire to know you're going to push me down, get back up. My desire to know you're going to push me down and get back up again. And we're going to keep playing this nice little sway, you know what I mean? A balance.
Nathaniel,
This is about balance.
Did I ever tell you the story about my trying to do my first live, trying to do my first podcast? Did I ever tell you that story? I'm going to tell you this story. You know Tommy, that great Tommy.
Tommy Durrell, Coach Tommy Durrell.
Yes, that mindset coach.
Right.
And I give him his props every time I have an opportunity to. When I met Tommy, I was so shy about being in front of the camera. I did not want to be in front of the camera. And Tommy would say to me, "When are you going to do a live? Jeannie, you have to do a live. You have to come and do a live." And I was like, "Oh, Tommy, I will one day. I will one day." So finally, Nathaniel, I decided I am going to do a live. I learned how to do StreamYard. I learned how to do, I became, I got StreamYard and I learned how to, navigate it. And so I set up my first live. I was going to do a 30-minute live. I had it all planned out. It was wonderful. I did the live and I was so happy about it because everything went according to how I had planned it. But you know what? I forgot to hit the go live button. I forgot to hit the go live button. I had done the whole show and then nothing was being recorded. I went back to look and it was a black screen. It was black. I panicked. It was on LinkedIn. It was on Facebook. It was supposed to be on my YouTube channel, but it was a black screen. I called Tommy, panicked. What do I do, Tommy? It's out there. What can I do? I went live, but it's not live. It's just a black screen. He told me what I needed to do to take it all off these different platforms. But did I give up? Did I say, "Oh no, I cannot do that"? I decided to get right back and do another one right that day so that I could get back on that pony and ride. I was thrown off, but I got back on. What you were saying, never ever let a failure define who you are. If you want to know something and you have a desire to know something, do not let maybe your first attempt, it may not go as well as you just thought.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, and failure is a part of your right to live. It's your
That's
relationship.
right. That's right.
Relationship with failure that determines your lack of living within it.
And it's really not a failure.
It's not a failure. This society have used certain terminologies, to bring forth a lot of disenfranchisement, you know what I'm saying, within the hearts and minds of people, right? And they're swaying people out of the way from the spaces of failure by creating these basically heroic stories of individuals that's actually on the top of mountains from doing all different type of things in any particular industry, right? We won't even name people because it's not even important. What's important is that the glorification of others, absent their failures, is no glorification at all.
That's right.
It turns to manipulation now. Now you're trying to manipulate me. You're trying to sway my space of judgment. And you're also trying to dissuade me from actually moving in my path, because who can be like this person? Who can be iconic and historic, you know what I'm saying, and worthy like this person? I'm just a small little person from Brooklyn, New York. I've been in Brooklyn, New York my whole life, right? Who's to say how am I going to be a world class podcaster, right? You know what I mean? In the next
You
5 to
are
10
that.
years,
You are
right?
that, my
But
partner. You are that.
it's actually, moving out of your own way and
That's right.
accepting your failures as gifts. These are tokens. These are gifts and tokens that's given to you that nobody in the world, even if they had them, would give to you.
They're stepping
Right?
stones. They're
They're stepping
stepping.
stones for you because they're only for you. They're only for you. They're
Right.
only designed for you. You may go to a therapist. You may talk to your mother or your father or your favorite cousin to try to make sense of it, which is great, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about you. You know what I'm saying? You are the song and the dance.
Yes.
Both of these belong to you,
Yes.
right? And you got to participate in both of these sequences. You know what I'm saying? You the song and the dance, right? Don't let nobody be the song and dance of your life. Let no one direct you into a song and dance that's going to destroy the life of you, going to move you out of the life of you. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
And,
To take away the desire to know out of the life of you, right? Don't
yes.
do it. Don't do it.
And
Listen.
that's part, Nathaniel, that's part of being happy. That's part of having that happiness that comes from within. When you do not allow anyone else to have the power to steal your joy. See, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seen it so many times, and this is why I speak with so much passion pertaining to this. I've seen so many men and women, get derailed from the desire to know by others, and it's important to know, according to our show, I Am the Data, right? That you are the data of your change, right? That this show is about the data of who you are, and what you will become, right? This is about self-awareness,
Yes,
self-love, and self-identification is extremely important in this passage of life that we all going through. No man and no woman, I don't care who they say they are, what they've done, and whatever, right, knows the passage of life for you more than you, for you,
right. That's
right?
right.
Many men, and I tell you this all the time, and I gotta find it, and I'm gonna probably do a show on it. Jeannie and I will she'll go through the Quran, I'll go through the Bible, and we actually gonna talk about some stories in there and actually start showing some correlations about the desire to know. All those men and women that's in these scriptures have the desire to know Allah, have the desire to know the Most High, have the desire to know Yahweh, whatever names people are using in the world, they have the desire to know. They also have the desire to know righteousness, right? To
That's
do
right.
righteousness in the world and to
That's
instill
right.
righteous
We can't
principles
forget that
into
word.
the world,
We can't forget that
right?
word.
Yeah.
Don't forget
They
that
have
word.
the desire. So when you read these scripture, whatever scripture that you're reading, whatever name they attach to it, it's all about the desire to know
And
about why.
Nathaniel, when you were speaking earlier about these woke people that are woke in name only, but they do not have righteousness.
Yeah, it's about righteousness. It's not about nothing else. See, at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with anything else. It's about the righteousness of you. And one of the righteous things about you is you following your desire to know. That's one of the greatest righteous principles you can ever, gifts you can ever bestow upon yourself. There's no greater gift in the world that you can marry yourself to, that you can fall in love with, that you can dance with in the middle of the streets while it's raining. People say you crazy, but you know you're not, right? There's no other.
I don't know. I don't
energy.
know. I don't know, Nathaniel. I catch
Hey,
you
man,
dancing in
you
the rain.
know,
I'm gonna
the
say you
element,
can.
hey, according to the society, you know what I mean, that type of expression is frowned upon. But I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, when the notion of life hits you, right, move with it.
And,
No,
and Nathaniel, I'm gonna get metaphysical on you. Dance when we dance in the rain. That means all those uh things that assail us in life, all the things that may cause us pain, all those things that may challenge who we are. That's rain, but when we can dance, when we can
tell it.
still have joy.
Stand up, Jeannie. Stand up and dance.
When all the slings of air and arrows are being zinged at you,
Yeah.
all the hatred, all the animosity, all the negativity, and you can still dance.
Oh, you know life. You know life. And you getting to know life and you're starting to enjoy life and embrace life on its terms, you know, and not allowing the things that associate themselves to life but are not life determine the life of you.
That's right.
It's you know, you are that manifestation. You are that metamorphosis that you seek and that you look for every day and all day, right? It's you. You can read the book, it's going to bring you back to you. You can go to this sermon, it's going to bring you back to you. You can go to this teaching, it's going to bring you back to you. It's always going to come back to who you are because it's about you having a desire to know about who you are and what makes you tick. And that's why it's always going to go back to you because you always have to have the desire to know. Right? We have this world here and they got all the little make-believe things that people can do in the world and make themselves happy, right? But it's just like my professor said, the desire of a thing is the power of it, right? So realize what it is you're talking about, right? So what it is that you give those things power because you desire those things. So if you desire yourself and your purpose and your goals and your vision in the same way you desire that house, that car, that beautiful woman, that husband, that handsome man, that this and that, right? If you put that same type of energy into you, you're unstoppable.
That's right.
You like my favorite X-Men, you know what I'm saying, character. Juggernaut. You're going through walls and nobody can stop you, right? It's this principle, man, that you have the right to live, right? You have
Nathaniel, you're sounding woke.
Yo,
no, I'm saying
yeah, no.
I'm saying it. I'm not saying it like the fashion of woke. I'm not saying it like
I know what you mean, but see, I don't have a problem with the concept of woke because I know what the concept of woke.
That's right. And when you know what it really means,
it's the misuse of the concept that's actually the problem.
That's right.
Right? We are not here to elevate ourselves above one another. And I'm gonna say it again. We are not here to elevate ourselves above one another. We are here to teach each other how to elevate ourselves above one another. Can I say it again?
Say it again.
To teach ourselves, one another, how to elevate above one another. So as I elevate, I bring you to elevate. You move higher than me, and then you come bring me to move higher than you. We're going to build a Tower of Babel within our spirits to keep elevating and tapping into new sources. Where did we get this basic information from? The spiritual, you know what I'm saying, connotation I'm speaking about. We can go to Elijah and Elisha. That's where we can go right into the Bible about Elijah and Elisha, right? Elijah instilled power in Elisha. He gave them energy and power on their journey as they went. He taught them lessons and concepts. And in return, Elisha was his companion and moving him throughout the land. And at the end of the day, when Elijah had to move forward, Elisha said, I want a double portion of the spirit of you. And Elijah said, yo, if the Most High let you see me leave, it's going to be granted to you. And it was granted to Elisha. So he had a double portion of the spirit of Elijah. So many people speaks about the greatness of Elijah. But if Elisha had a double portion of Elijah, how great was Elisha?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
They're not speaking about Elisha. They're not saying nothing about Elisha because they don't want to use the principles of Elijah. And Elisha is to pass on life and to pass on strength, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Not your currencies, not your death certificate, not your beat up house. You know what I'm saying? Not some house that people died in before you bought, but nobody even knew about the legacy of the house. We don't want none of those things. We want you. We want you to leave you. We want you to instill you in us and to bring us to the next level because you said that you are great within you. So now share with us like Elijah, share it with Elisha, or move out of the way.
Go ahead. That's you are saying it so perfectly in that one of my greatest desires is for each and every one of us to understand the power that we have been given by our Creator, that was freely given to us by our Creator. We didn't do anything to earn it. It was freely given. Once we understand that power, how powerful we are, and we can help other people to understand just how powerful you are as an individual, then we come together in unity and look at that power. 1, then a 2, then 3, 4, 5. Look at all of that power that we have together so that we can elevate together.
Fact. There's a scripture that's in the scriptures that says this. It says the young man is created to meet the enemy at the gate. How would the young man meet the enemy at the gate if the older men did not give them the tools and resources that they needed to actually meet the enemy at the gate and also to defeat the enemy when the enemy comes to the gate?
That's right.
Stop playing games here. Let's stop playing games here with these things here that we call humanity, that we call being woke, and that we call being righteous. Let's actually look at these things and strip away these concepts that we have actually laid over ourselves to actually get to the nitty-gritty of what it is that we talking about we're supposed to be practicing, right? Because according to the story of Elijah and Elisha, you have power, you're supposed to give it to me. That's according to what they say. This is according to what scripture says. If you have power and I've been journeying with you and moving with you out the land, when you get power, you also supposed to give me power. This is what it says right here. This is what it says right here. Don't tell me now to go find my own power when I was walking with the power of you, and now I got to go out there and find my own power. The Most High also said, in the day of your wealth, do not forget your friends, right? We're talking about unification on a higher level that's coming from every biblical text that's actually been written and been known to man, right? It's about what Jeannie said on her page, right? Share your power, right? That's what this is about, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like I tell my classmates, right? There's no reason to come to school to be selfish with your knowledge unless you want to be the only one at graduation for the war.
And that's the problem. A lot of times, Nathaniel, is people are so, and that's one thing that we as a people, as Black people, sometimes we are so envious and jealous, and we have allowed that to separate us as a nation of people, because I am selfish with what I have, because and I don't want you to have what I have. I want to keep it all to myself, but without understanding that the more freely you give, and the more, see, you know, if
So,
you're rich by yourself, if you're the only rich one in the land, then you are constantly having to try to guard what you have, because you think that somebody is going to come take your riches, when if everybody is rich in the land, you have
you ain't got to worry
freedom.
about that. You ain't got to worry about that. You can worry about something else. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so let's say you're down here. Let's say we have a nice little story, a nice little story, right?
Yeah.
So, you came down here, right? You was on a different plane and you was like, you know what? I want to see what it is down there. All those people down there, man, look like they're in unification, bro. You know what I mean? They done made houses together, cars, planes, and do all type of stuff that I want to go down there and see what that social experience is about. I know what this one is about. Let me go down there and see what that one is about, right? You come down here, you're part of social experience because it takes two to tango to get you here, right? And so now you got here. So that's your first point of the social experiment, right? And as you're going through, you start finding out about, self-preservation and self-care and, having your own house and your own car and all these different things. And then next thing you know, it's actually just get to your head that, this is like a self-fulfilling, prophecy of just self-care now. It wasn't about your initial plan of unification or the concept of unification that actually brought you here. Now it's just about your own individual journey, right? And let's say, this is what you do, and you accomplish this. You make sure you have no inner circle, no outer circle. It's all about you, right? And when you transition, you know, spiritually, you may believe because you already know where you came from that you're going to go back to where you came from. But imagine going to a spiritual realm where you're the only one there, being that you only like to build by yourself.
Right.
Imagine that.
Right.
Imagine you be the only one on a spiritual plane because you made a cognitive decision to only build alone, to trust no one, to have no inner circle, no outer circle, to care for no man and no woman, and to love no one as great as you love yourself, and to be there for no one in the way that you need it, and require people to be there for you, because most people, or I may say all people, will not exist without a guardian.
That's right.
You can say the guardian was good, bad, or ugly, but it would not exist without a guardian.
Yeah.
Somebody had to take care of you in order for you to get to the age of independency, to be able to think and act on your own and create your
That's
own
right.
foundations.
That's
Somebody
right.
had to show you those little basic little principles that now you take for granted as if they meant nothing, but they mean everything. Because this is your introduction to the world of unification, to the world of humanity.
Right. Right.
Who are you to separate yourself from humanity, to make yourself believe that you're greater than humanity when you're actually a part of the fold and you came to humanity through the folds and the mechanisms that we use to bring forth life?
And this is one of the problems that we have in society, today, Nathaniel, why the world is in such chaos today, because it is not based on that principle of righteousness, which is do unto others as you would have done unto you, and live a life in humility, live a life in gratitude, live a life that is free from that crab in a barrel mentality, where the only way I can be great is to diminish you.
Yeah, I mean,
That
so yeah, yeah, and this is a ugly, ugly principle. Whoever created this face, we need to create that face again, modify it, and give it back to that person so they can wear it. We don't need that face. Whoever created, we can recreate it, right? If we imagine, as they say, for 21st century face, and we could give it back to that person. We don't want
right,
that face in our society, right?
right,
The face that we want in society is a face that's going to follow us when we transition out of the society onto our next plane. One
right,
of beauty, love, humility, compassion,
right,
empathy, awareness, care, right? We want wholesome, good things to be the principle of our lives, not ugly things. You know what I'm saying? Not despicable things to be our premise, right? This is our relationship with life. This is our relationship with the Most High, with Allah, whatever God that you say that you believe in. This is our relationship with Him. Do we create relationships in the world that we cannot repair? We destroy our brothers and our sisters and our cousins. You know what I'm saying? We annihilate our mothers and our fathers. We come in the land and we don't do good and wholesome things. We don't protect one another. The son does not meet the enemy at the gate, which means he's not protecting you. The door does not meet the enemy at the gate, which means he's not protecting you. Right? This is real life stuff right here that's taking place. And I hope that is not a place where people that like to build by themselves will wind up by themselves. That would be weird. You don't want to be in a plane by yourself. You down here act like you by yourself, but actually you don't want to be in a plane by yourself. You say you by yourself, but when you get bored, you turn the TV and you laugh at some Martin Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Or you get excited
oh yes,
about a Jason Bourne movie or something like that. So stop acting like you're there by yourself, because you use the things that we create as a part of humanity to entertain your life.
and you know what, another thing, and that's why we have so much hatred, is because that people, when I look at you, I don't see me. When I look at you, I don't see you as being connected to me. When I don't see that if I kill you, I'm actually killing a part of myself. If I steal from you, I'm actually stealing from myself. If I knock you down, I'm knocking myself down. See, people don't see how connected we are. And like you said, it's such an individual thing. Everybody, even though we're all unique, yes, we're all unique.
For
But
one reason. We're only
yes,
unique for one reason. And that's to
and
bring our individual gifts together, to
yes,
build upon puzzles, and also to solve them. This is why we're unique. We have different parts of the same puzzle to be able to solve it. Our family says we're living poor, right? The family come together as they're supposed to. If it's 50 people in the family, 10 people in the family, how many people in the family? If every person in the family come together, they will actually defeat poverty, right? All the things that we're talking about is right at our fingertips, but we don't want to apply them because we don't want to increase each other. And this is the reason why we may fall into spaces, because we don't want to increase each other. And the people that you say they're rich and stuff like that, yeah, they had a desire to know why they were poor, why their families wanted to remain poor, and things of that nature. So they went out there and they actually obtained wealth because they didn't want to live that certain lifestyle. You also got to have that same desire to know if you don't want to live that same lifestyle, right? That's a
right,
part of who you are. You have the right to have that desire and follow certain desires in your life to bring those things to fruition. You have that right to do those things. right? But at the end of the day, it's about self-discovery and actually coming to a true space of who you are, right? At the end of that, guys, it was awesome. This show went so fast.
Yes.
This is
Okay, Nathaniel.
Anna.
I didn't start
Uh,
off by telling you how grateful I am for you. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for our audience. And thank you everyone for
yeah,
hanging with us. We
yeah,
are
please
so great.
subscribe,
Please
man. Leave us a
subscribe.
review. You know, we're building, we're growing, we're grateful to everyone that connected with us, you know, small, medium, and large, we don't care, you know, and we want to hear from you. Tap in. You got concepts, ideas. You want to come on the show? Hey, you know, you got two venues. You got Jeannie and I, right? So you can, whatever aspect you comfortable with, you know. So let's do this, you know, let's have a desire to know, right, about who you are, what you're about, and share that, you know, share it with the world and just be you at all times. There's nobody
That's
else.
right. That's right. Be yourself. Be yourself. Thank you again, Nathaniel, for sharing your space with me today. And now we're going to go into a moment of peaceful meditation. If you are in a space that you feel safe, please close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath to the count of 4. Let it out through your mouth as though you're breathing through a straw. A deep breath. Letting it out slowly. A deep breath. Let it out slowly. Relax the top of your head. Relax. Relax your face. Relax the muscles in your face. Come on down to your neck. Relax. Breathing deeply. Letting it out slowly. Relax. Relax your shoulders. Ooh, that feels good. Relax your shoulders. Come on down your arms. Relax. Relax your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Oh, yes. Relax. Come on down your body. Relaxing as you go. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Relax your legs. Going on down your legs to your feet. Wiggle your feet. Yes. Wiggle your toes. Ah, relax. Relax. I'm going to count backwards from 5, and we will take another deep breath and let it out slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Yes. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Definitely. Peace and blessings.